Life here is good, man. Life here is good. I can't complain. I first say Malaysian basketball is definitely growing from where it started from. You know, guys have been putting a valiant effort in the regard to make it be what it is today. And then as far as comparing Malaysia to IBL, I would say well, first the seasons are shorter. The Malaysian basketball season is about 2 to 3 months. IBL's 7 to 8, 9 months, depending on playoffs, that type of thing. So I would say that they're probably more advanced in the IBL just because of the time that they have to grow. And then Malaysian basketball is still growing, but it's very competitive. Especially play national team. I think that the guys here are more resilient. Ready to learn and push and go harder, just because of the shorter time that they have. But nonetheless, both cultures are amazing. I love to be a part of both lives. I have love for Indo everywhere, Prawira, Jakarta, Bali, everywhere. So it's the same thing here. It's love here, and guys are growing. Trying to get to that high level. Life is good, man. Life is good. Good food is good. The people are good. They're warm, helping. They're more related to English. They're able to help. They're more family oriented, I feel like. But it's warm. It's definitely warm. You know what I mean? Ain't no need for no jackets or none of that. Good sunshine, good food, good people. So it's hard not to like life here. You know what I mean? Life is good. So I'm appreciative for sure. I would have to say KL. Just because Bandung is kind of like gloomy, with the mountains and everything.
Yeah.
It's rainy, so I would say weather is better here, but still got love for Bandung for sure. I would have to say they neck and neck, man. They right there with each other. We had some great moments, in Bandung, and then when I came here in KL, the fans absolutely showed up, unbelievably for the BCL, the first 3 games that we had here at home. So, I have no complaints on either end. Both rock. They both, keep the floor shaking, as we would say. You know what I mean? So, shout out to, the fans of Bandung as well as here in KL. I think I did well, man. Just, Champions League is different. It's physical. It's more physicality there. Like, the refs are not calling anything, you know what I mean? Like, they're letting a lot of bumps and elbows go, so it's more high level. But I will say I feel like I adapt pretty well. I did what I was supposed to do as far as scoring and facilitating. I think I could have did more of that down the stretch. Certain games I may have waited too late, but definitely feel like I grew. I learned a lot, and I'm ready for my next adventure. Most definitely. As we all know, Putrajaya is a great team. They're well coached. They just got Jason Tatum's dad, so they put him up even higher level, and they got some great guys around them. With KJ and shout out to Chris, my guy. They all play well. They played at a high level, so those guys know how to play well, and as well as the locals. Like, the locals can defend well. They can run a team. They know how to play a role, so that makes them even better. But as far as me, it definitely puts a chip on my shoulder to go out there and show that I can maintain that level. As far as them being the defending champions of the IBL, I can maintain that level to play at the same time with them, as well as not show that I belong in the same realms as them, because they'll be going to the Final Four Champions League in Dubai. So it's really good to be around those guys who played at a high level to show that you can hold your own on that level. So I really wish I could have done more, but not to say in a regretting form, but I think there were things that I could have learned from faster, to help the team grow. But while I was there, I can't say we were top 3 team, top 5 team, at least going back and forth. So we were winning games. It's just things that we could have cleaned up earlier, could have kept us 1, 2, or 3. But I enjoyed my time there. Like I said, I wish things could have ended differently, but no hatred, no love lost. Shout out to all my people in Bandung, man. It's all love. So the fans, number one, man, the fans were unbelievable. Even before I got to Bandung, they were writing me on the gram, welcoming me home, stuff like that. This is your second home away from home. Even the games, they kept the floor rocking. They were in support. When we were down, they were cheering us to come back and win. The first game we played SM, they're always a championship team. We took them down to the wire. So I'll never forget the fans and the environment. You know what I mean? They'll always be close to home. I miss all the guys, man. I can't say I miss the guy the most, man. But shout out to all my Bandung teammates, man. It's love. When I was there, everybody had a helping hand in trying to get me to adjust to the system and just pick things up and adapt faster. But man, no favoritism, man. Shout out to all my guys, man. Love. Definitely, most definitely. They're obviously, Coach Dave does a really good job of coaching those guys, so they're held to a high standard, a high level. I do believe that they can, get those last few games. What is it? About to be June, so it's about 4 or 5, 6 more games left. So I think they'll get those 2 or 3 and get into the playoffs and do what they do. If I'm not playing, I'll try to make that. I'll definitely try to make that. You guys are down the street, so no problem. Everything happened like at the spur of the moment. So I got a phone call. Obviously, not the phone call I wanted, but I got a phone call from coach and the organization in Bandung, and not shortly after that, I got another phone call to come out here and play in the BCL with the Matrix. But it worked out perfectly because we were in a point of the break season, so I was able to take some time, get my mind together, and then come here and perform in the BCL. Well, I had some former history with Coach Sealy. Me and Coach Sealy have a good relationship, and then the organization. I played well for them in the last BCL as well as the William Jones. So there was some familiarity there, and then they didn't have to reinvent the wheel with me. I knew most of the plays, I knew the guys, the chemistry was there, so it was like a no-brainer. They needed a spot. And I was just appreciative that they made that call for me. That dude first.
Okay.
Shout out to all my guys, man. I created a good relationship with guys there. Yuda, Jamar, D, Hingga, Sandy, my OG. You know what I mean? Yuda, I said Yuda already, but all the young guys, man. Shout out to all my guys. I hope you guys make the playoffs. And best of luck to you in the future. And then all my guys in the Matrix, I'm still here. It's love. Like I said, it's all one family, you know what I mean? So we're here to grow and get better together. Yuda's a warrior, man. He got the most heart out of the under 6 feet I know. And he ain't gonna be injured long. He'll be back.
He'll be back, yeah.
But thank you guys.